Hi everyone, I am Goddess Green, and in this video I am going to be sharing how to create an abundance mindset. There's two types of mindsets that you can experience in life. There is the lack mindset or mentality, and there is a mindset of abundance. I also like to describe it as vibration. You have the lack vibration and you have the vibration of abundance. Your vibration is a combination of what you're doing with your energy, what you're doing with the energy that flows through you, your chi, what you're doing with your mind, your thoughts, the kinds of thoughts that you're letting go on and on and on, what you're doing with your words, what you're experiencing with your emotions, and what you're doing with your action, and what you're inspired to. All these things are what we do with our energy. It's how we express what is within us, and this is also known as your vibration. If you have a dominant vibration of lack, what you're doing with your mind, your emotions, your inspiration, your actions is one of lack. You're experiencing the absence of what it is that you desire. You're literally experiencing the absence of life. Even though you're alive and existing, but your mind is predominantly on mental patterns that keep affirming that you are not getting what you want, that things are not working out, that you are wrong, that something is wrong with you, or something is off, or you're predominantly thinking about something in another time and space. You're thinking about what is not here and now. You're thinking about what isn't right. You're thinking about what is bad. You're thinking about what is negative. You're thinking about something you desire but is not here in your experience. So you're basically thinking about the absence of everything that is love, light, and out of this time and space. Your mind is usually trapped in the past, overanalyzing, trying to figure out, trying to fix, blaming, or just ruminating in negative thoughts of the past. Or your mind is obsessively in the future. You're fantasizing. You're thinking about all the things that you desire. You're thinking about how it will feel. You're always in a future state of mind. Now, the future state of mind is something that's very, very useful for you when you're creating your reality, when you're creating the life you desire. But you have to be in this future state of mind with a positive mindset. You have to use your future thinking to create positive emotions here and now. These positive emotions will start to bring you more into the present and start to bring you more into an abundance mindset. An abundance mindset is one where you are predominantly experiencing positivity. You're experiencing what is going right. You're experiencing having things. You're experiencing having people, having love, having emotions, having life. You're full of life, having energy, having time, having health, having well-being. All the things in life that are necessary to a positive mental and emotional state, you're experiencing all those things. That is a mindset of abundance. When your mind is set to an abundant state, it normally and instinctively goes to thinking in this pattern. A lot of people are just naturally born this way. God bless them. But if you're not, there's nothing to be ashamed of. There is nothing to be afraid of, and you can always have every single thing that you desire. You just really have to change how you're using your vibration. You have to change how you're using your mind. You have to move from a lack or scarcity mentality to one of abundance and appreciation. The state of lacking always keeps you in this emotional place where you keep wanting things. You keep wanting and wanting and wanting. You're never really having. Even though the thing is not in your experience right here and now, you're constantly in a state of wanting, in a state of yearning. You're constantly feeling and experiencing the lack of whatever it is your heart desires. There are 5 easy ways that you can switch from a mentality of lack to one of abundance. The first one is to practice having. Practice the feeling of having things. Wake up in the morning and have a list. Have a book where you write all the things that you have. All the things that are right here and now that you have. I have a healthy sense of well-being. I have a great smile. I have money in the bank. I have love. I have friends. I have beautiful, positive, happy friends. I have a great sense of humor. I have personality. I have life. I have joy. I have laughter. I have an amazing closet. I have most things I want when I want it. I have amazing people to interact with. I have a fantastic job. I have fun. I have space to move around. Just list anything you can think of that you have right here and right now. As you're making this list, really experience and feel that feeling of having it. Don't just write out of your mind and just keep writing and writing and writing. Write and really feel what it feels like to have that thing that you're writing. The more often you do this, what you're doing is you're training your mind to move into a mindset of having. You're creating new neural pathways in your mind, neural pathways of having things. Now, the stronger these neural pathways get, the more you're going to experience this emotion. You're basically downloading the emotion of a person that is in a state of having things. Once you can be predominantly in a state of having versus a state of not having or lacking, you start to experience a reality that is more in alignment to having things. So you start to move yourself from the experience of lack to one of abundance. The second thing is to practice experiencing. If you've been in a lack mentality for all of your life, or you were born that way, or you felt very suppressed or depressed or anxious or unhappy, or maybe you're just negative on a particular subject or about a particular thing that you desire here and now, but it just doesn't seem to be working out. It just doesn't seem to be happening. The reason is that you have a lack mentality on this subject. If there's something that you want and you're just not able to manifest it, again, you have a lack mentality on this subject. It is not the thing, it is not the experience, it's your mentality on it. If you're constantly thinking about it not being here, if you're constantly thinking about it not working, if you're constantly thinking about it not being good, if you're thinking about it not being not in a positive way, you're practicing a lack mentality on the thing that you desire. Once you start practicing experiencing things, you are able to detach yourself from the emotional entanglements you might have had when you're experiencing these things in the past. Now, these emotional entanglements will trigger you and cause you to go back to your conditioned practice lack mentality on this subject. So if you have an experience with someone or something, and what you've practiced on that experience most of the time is maybe a feeling of fear, if you don't detach from it, and label it as an experience, what is going to happen is you're going to be triggered again because you're just too involved in the dynamic. You're too involved in what's going on. So you're not going to be able to look at things objectively. You're not going to be able to define it and experience it in a way where you feel empowered and you can label what is happening as just an experience. So when you start letting yourself have experiences instead of just being in the experience, You can say, I had a positive experience today. I had a negative experience today. I had an experience of anger. I had an experience of overwhelmment. I had an experience of love. I had an experience of joy. Once you can say it like this and describe it like this, you're detached enough. And once you're detached from it, you have control. You can decide, next time I want to have this experience. Next time I want to change this. Next time I want to do things like this. Next time I want to experience more of this. So you're coming from a place of empowerment. You're coming from a place where you're in control of your life and your emotional state and your mindset on things that you previously were so entangled with and so involved in that you couldn't see clearly and objectively. So practice having experiences. I had a silly experience today. I had a funny experience today. I had a wild experience today. So you're bringing your emotions and your mindset back to one of abundance. So whichever way the dynamic goes, you can choose how you're going to label it. You can choose to label it in a way that will move your mindset more towards one of abundance instead of your practiced, usual, old lack mentality. The third thing to practice to create a mindset of abundance is appreciation. When you're appreciating, your mind can only focus here and now. You have to be in the moment to appreciate something. And appreciation is a very positive vibration. It's a very positive emotion. Once you can bring your mind regularly to a place of appreciation, your mind is becoming adapted to being here and now. Your mind is becoming used to focusing on what is going well, what is good, what is right, what is in the present moment, what is working out, what it is that is bringing me joy and not the lack of it. So the more you can do this, the more you can bring your mind into the state of abundance, into the state of here and now. Your power is here and now. And appreciation supports you being in that energetic state. The fourth thing is practicing being here and now. I have struggled in the past with being focused and being centered and being present. I would either be fantasizing about the future or obsessing over the past. And a lot of us do this. If you can start to bring your senses, your physical senses to the present moment, if you can focus on the rain outside and really describe it in beautiful, positive, descriptive words, what's going to happen is your brain is going to be forced to be present here and now. If you can focus on the sounds you're hearing in the room and try to describe it positively and really feel it and really experience it, you're forcing your mind away from the past and away from obsession with the future and bringing it on what is happening here and now. If you can look at objects that are here and now and feel them and describe them positively, what you're doing is you're also bringing your mind back to the present. When you're in the present, you're in a state of abundance naturally. Thinking about the past and thinking about the future is a subliminal lack vibration. It's an emotional state that is not satisfied with what is going on here and now. So your mind wants to go into the past and fix the problem that caused the dissatisfaction here and now. Or your mind wants to go to the future and obsess over what it will be like to have what it is you really want here and now. Either way, your mind is not satisfied here and now. Your mind thinks something is wrong with here and now. Your mind thinks something is not working out here and now, or you're not getting what it is that you desire here and now. So it wants to find it for you. So it goes to the past or it moves to the future. Once you can train your senses to focus on your environment here and now, the sounds you're hearing, the things you see, look at it with appreciation. Really look at it. Send your energy towards it and focus right there. The things you describe, let it be about things that are here and now. Keep practicing your senses, staying in the here and now. Yoga is fabulous for this because it also brings your mind into your body here and now. The more you can do this, the more your mind will become centered here and now. The more you're creating neural pathways that are focused on here and now, and the more you're switching to an abundance mindset. The last technique is practicing acceptance. When we struggle with what is happening here and now, when we struggle with the objects we don't like here and now, when we struggle with what is wrong with here and now, when we struggle with what we don't like about this person, what we don't like about what they said, what they did, what happened here, what's going on now, you're telling your brain that there is a problem now. So your brain goes somewhere else, either to avoid the problem or to find a solution. But then if you can accept what is here and now, if you can just say, this is what it is, but I would prefer to create such and such and such, you've given your mind an objective and you've also accepted what is going on here and now. So this is what it is, and I will prefer to create more of such and such and such. Your mind follows the path of what it is you want to create, and it lets go of what it's believing is wrong with that thing, that circumstance, that experience, or that person. And once you can bring yourself to this place of acceptance, also an acceptance of self and an acceptance of your condition, an acceptance of your state, you're releasing yourself from that bondage of obsessing over fixing what is wrong and analyzing and figuring out. You literally let go because you're saying to yourself and you're telling your mind that it is okay just as it is. Now, once it is okay just as it is, you're able to even move along the path of a solution to whatever it was that you were not satisfied with in the first place. But obsessing over what is wrong and what we don't like and what we don't appreciate about anything, anyone, anytime, any circumstance, and any experience is only going to cause us to start practicing a lack or scarcity mentality. This habit sneaks in a little bit at a time. You have to be very aware. You have to be very conscious of what you're doing with your minds, your emotions, and the things that you are inspired to day to day. Don't be fooled by the illusions of emotional entanglements and feeling like something outside of you has power over you or being attached to things. You are the one creating your experience, and you can shift things however you want, and you can create anything you want here and now. You have to start practicing these little tools and these little techniques. Have trust, have faith, give it time, and enjoy your life day to day. Once you switch to an abundance mindset, you're going to start to see amazing things, amazing people, and amazing circumstances start to manifest in your life. Now it's up to you to continue this abundance mindset with the new things that are manifested in your life. I have a video where I spoke about how to maintain your manifestations. Once these things start manifesting in your life, go to this video and watch how to maintain these manifestations so that you don't move back to your old habit of practicing a lack mentality with the things that you finally manifested in your life. Remember that this is going to take time, and do not attach yourself to the circumstances or people or even emotions or your thoughts, so that you can start to look at things objectively and start to make shifts wherever you see that you are not living the life that you want to live, and in any area of your life. You are God, you are a powerful creator, and you can have absolutely anything that you set your mind to and anything that your heart desires. I am Goddess Green. I love you and I appreciate you. Mwah.